Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Titan Sports. I'm Justin Rosette.
Hey everyone, I'm Francisco Molina.
And I'm Noah Segovia, and we're here to get the ball rolling to provide you with weekly sports updates. Welcome to Titan Sports.
It looks like a new sports team will be heading to Las Vegas. On Thursday, all 30 MLB owners unanimously voted in favor of the Oakland Athletics relocation. The Athletics will be the third professional sports team to leave Oakland in the last 4 years, joining the Golden State Warriors, who left San Francisco, and the Las Vegas Raiders, who left Oakland in 2020. Las Vegas will also be the fourth location the Athletics franchise have relocated to. With the Athletics move, they will become the fourth professional team in Las Vegas.
Following the vote, Athletics owner John Fisher mentioned in a statement saying, quote, "Today marks a significant moment for our franchise, and it's met with mixed emotions, sadness for the change and excitement for our future. I know this is a hard day for our fans in Oakland. We made sincere efforts to keep our team in Oakland, but unfortunately, it did not work out. I am grateful to the fans who have supported our team throughout the years and the home that Oakland has provided," end quote.
The move comes at a time where the team failed to secure a new stadium in nearly 2 decades. The Oakland Coliseum, where the Athletics play, has seen numerous problems within the last couple of years, including the malfunctioning lights, federal cats within the ballpark, and sewage happening in Oakland's dugout.
The team moves to Las Vegas in 2028, where they will play in a stadium that will be located on the Las Vegas Strip. In June, Nevada's Governor Joe Lombardo approved a $380 million public funding bill that would be used for the building of the athletic stadium in Las Vegas. In a news conference following the vote, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred spoke about the potential of having a team in Las Vegas, where he said, quote, "We do believe over the long haul, Las Vegas will be a great asset to Major League Baseball," end quote.
The San Diego Padres announced owner Pete Seidler passed away at the age of 63. He and the O'Malley Group took over the Padres in 2012, and Seidler took place as chairman of the team in 2020. He rose to prominence as Seidler poured a ton of money to acquire stars like Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, and Blake Snell in order to bring championship glory to San Diego. There was no cause of death disclosed, but Seidler is a 2-time cancer survivor.
Padres CEO Grizzlies put out a statement that included, quote, "His impact on the city of San Diego and the baseball world will be felt for generations. His generous spirit is now firmly embedded in the fabric of the Padres. Although he was our chairman and owner, Peter was at his core a Padres fan. He will be dearly missed," end quote.
Golf star Rory McElroy resigned from his role as a player director on the PGA Tour Policy Board. McElroy served on the board for 2 years until he made the announcement earlier this week. McElroy cited personal and professional commitments in his decision to leave the board. He has been a critic of the Saudi Arabia-backed LIV Golf Tour, and the PGA recently announced an agreement with Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund and the DP World Tour.
The PGA Tour had been at a costly battle with the LIV Golf Tour, so the framework agreement puts the battle between the two tours to bed now. McElroy served as the player director during the emergence of the LIV Golf Tour and the COVID-19 pandemic. McElroy has softened his stance on the LIV Golf Tour after admitting that the money Saudi Arabia was putting into the LIV Golf Tour was too much to compete with.
One of the most hyped events on the 2023 sports calendar is here. Formula One's inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix is set for this weekend, promising race cars roaring down the iconic strip at 200 miles per hour for the first time in the city's history. For its first race in Las Vegas, Formula One has gone all in. The Grand Prix begins November 18th at 10 p.m. Racers will take a circuit that includes the famous city strip and iconic landmarks like Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio Fountains, and the new Sphere venue, just to name a few. The Las Vegas Grand Prix promises to be like no other race in Formula One's 24-event calendar, and it is set to go down in history as one of the largest sporting events ever.
The Las Vegas Grand Prix will determine what Formula One will like to be and the direction it will take in the next coming years. Red Bull team president Christian Horner said, quote, "It's going to be a hell of a show for Formula One. Formula One is living the dream in Las Vegas now." End quote. It must deliver on the hype.
Who said that the Los Angeles Lakers couldn't make threes? Shooting the ball dissolved Tuesday in a victory over the Memphis Grizzlies at Crypto.com Arena. The Lakers appeared to be the basketball team they threatened to be during the offseason when names were written on paper. New threads and a newly designed court for the Lakers' home debut in the in-season tournament. Anthony Davis and LeBron James began the game strong. AD picked up 2 blocks and LeBron was 2 for 2 from behind the arc. But that wasn't the most surprising part yet. The Lakers made 22 three-pointers, tying the franchise record for a game and making a massive U-turn from their prior shooting struggles this season. Point guard D'Angelo Russell led the team with making 6 out of 8 three-pointers. The Los Angeles Lakers outperformed the shorthanded Grizzlies, beating them by a score of 134 to 107.
The Lakers maintained their utter dominance over the Grizzlies on Tuesday, going 2-0 in the in-season tournament. The Lakers' moments strung together, and it will all work out in the end.
All right, stay tuned for our roundtable discussion coming up right after the break.
I have a question about
Alrighty, so we'll start off with the Oakland A's. The MLB owners, they decided that they are officially going to be going to Las Vegas. Justin, I'm going to start with you on this one. How do you feel about this move, and do you think it's beneficial for the growth of the sport?
I think it is beneficial. I think when you talk about moving to Las Vegas, I think as of recent we've seen a lot of sports teams move to Vegas. You have the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the hockey team, who they won a championship in their first couple years. The Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA, who they've won back-to-back rings now. I think not only does it give teams just an opportunity to go elsewhere, but it also brings a lot of buzz and attention to the city of Vegas. But being from NorCal myself, I can't help but feel for Oakland fans. They went through a long battle last year with the whole sell the team mess and everything that went on. So definitely feel for the Oakland fans, the Oakland A's fans right now. But I mean, I think in the end, it'll be good for the city of Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Noah, what do you expect for this stadium? That's a big reason as to why Oakland is not going to keep their baseball team. Do you expect Vegas to perform and give them one of the best stadiums in all of baseball?
100%. Absolutely. John Fisher already spoke to the Las Vegas government officials. They're going to provide public funding, a nice big stadium, I think between the Bellagio, between the Flamingo somewhere, and it's going to give John Fisher support from Las Vegas and MLB. And, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's a great move for baseball. I mean, Vegas is now the sports capital of the United States, right? It seems to be the talk of the town. They have the money for it. They have, billionaires row all over that area. So it'll be a nice new swing for baseball. But staying in Vegas, this upcoming weekend is one of the most talked about sporting events of the year. We have Formula One Vegas. It's the first time they're hosting it. What do you guys think about the impact of having it in that city?
I think, like we said, Las Vegas is just booming right now when it comes to sports. So I think also F1 being a growing sport, which also has gained a lot of traction recently and a lot of publicity. There's going to be a lot of celebrities there. A lot of celebrities have been coming out to F1 events. So I think it'll be big. And also just how big of a deal they're making it. You said spending over $500 million on it. They've been planning it for over a year now. And also just like with the Sphere and everything, like making that just the marketing that they're doing over there, I think is really beneficial. I think it's going to be a really cool event. If like the track is able to hold up, I think it'll be a nice event.
Yeah, but I agree with your statement there, Justin. But I'm looking at a tourism point of view. It damages the tourism aspect of Vegas because they blocked off all the entryways, all the bridges. In order to see the race, you gotta buy a ticket, and those tickets drop by a lot of money. But it takes away from the tourism and more like focus on the billionaire sport because Formula One is a billionaire sport, and hopefully Formula One will be able to see how Las Vegas will profit from this, and hopefully they can come back next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And the president of Formula One said that they want to have this partnership with Vegas for decades to come. So we'll see how it's going. They had a rough start. Last night they had their first practice runs, and Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, within 8 minutes, they had to cancel it because they found that the tracks were not safe. So we'll see how it goes for them the rest of this weekend. But it was off to a rough start. All right, transitioning now to the hardwood floor. Let's talk about the NBA for a little bit. Let's go on with your Lakers. All right, how do you feel about them? They're 6-6 right now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about who they are so far in the season?
I think our record, like people say, your record doesn't lie. Like you are what your record says you are. I think we're 6-6. I think we're kind of average right now. But through 12 games last year, we were 2-10. So much better, much more of an improvement from last year. But I think it's just kind of frustrating as a Lakers fan seeing us. Anthony Davis will have a game with 30 and 20, and then he'll go out like he did on Wednesday night against Sabonis and score 9 points. It's like, I think what LeBron is doing at age 39, he put up a triple-double the other night on a back-to-back. It's really crazy to see. It's never been done before. People talk about not being able to beat Father Time is like, LeBron's definitely pushing the boundaries of that. But overall, I think that game specifically, we put up 22 threes, a franchise record against the Grizzlies. You look at the shooting, Cam Reddish was 3 for 5 from 3, D'Lo 6 for 8, LeBron 3 for 6, Taurean Prince 2 for 5, Rui Hachimura 3 for 3, and Austin Reeves 4 for 4. That's like insane shooting, which obviously isn't going to keep up, but I think it shows Lakers' potential. And if we are able to shoot at even a decent rate, which we haven't been, but that shows us right there, Lakers are a dangerous team if we're making our threes. So overall, I think the season's still getting started, and we are a team that usually starts slow in games and in the season overall. But I think this game showed what our potential can be when it comes to shooting, and so I'm looking forward to see. We have an in-season tournament game tonight and a couple other games, so I'm looking forward to see what we do with that.
Yeah, the way I look from it is what Darvin Ham's going to do with the lineup, because AD, his hip injury, how is that going to play a factor in the lineup? Is LeBron going to stay healthy enough and maximize his playing minutes because he's on a play regimen, minute regimen, and how is the other players are going to play a factor like Rory and so on and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to stay with the NBA. Actually, I want to stay in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Clippers, they got James Harden. Their record has not improved since they've acquired him. How do you feel about the momentum of that team and the identity that they have right now?
I think the Clippers were, for like years now, the Clippers have been, since Kawhi and Paul George came that offseason, they were supposed to be the team. They had all those commercials, Kawhi, LA is mine now, and like this whole thing. And of course, like due to injuries and other things, that hasn't happened yet. But I think you looked at this, if you're a Clippers fan, the first 5, it's only 5 games, right? But the first couple of games of this season, you're very positive. You're very optimistic about things. Russell Westbrook looks good. He looked good in the playoffs last year. Kawhi and Paul George are both healthy. They had a good thing going. And then you bring in James Harden, and now Harden and Westbrook have to play together, and now you also have Kawhi and PG, who also are going to need 20 shots a game. So if you look at the box score, Kawhi will take 20 shots, but then Paul George will only get 9. It's like these guys need to have, there's only one basketball, right? But so I think they may have messed up by getting Harden, because now someone today, this morning, Westbrook announced that he's going to be requesting to come off the bench to try to make it easier. But I think you look at Westbrook, he sacrificed to be on the Clippers, and now he's the one having to make more of a sacrifice because they wanted to trade for Harden. And I think overall it's just not working right now. They don't have that depth. They traded 4 good role players away for him. But I think Westbrook coming off the bench could make a change. I think it's also it takes a lot to swallow your pride and say, okay, I'll come off the bench. But Russ has shown that he can make that sacrifice. So they're 0-6 since they got Harden. They haven't won a game. It's going to be difficult for them to turn that around, but I think with Westbrook coming off the bench, this could be the move they need to finally get that first win and go from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Clippers owner Steve Ballmer saw the bright picture of Harden coming in, but he didn't really see the impact it will have on his team and how Ty Lue is handling it. I know he's handling it kind of like hard, but we'll see.
Now the question is, do you guys think Coach Ty Lue can fix the issue or is it too many stars in one team?
I think a lot of times coaches end up getting fired because management makes decisions. I'm sure Ty Lue had a part in bringing in James Harden, but I think in this situation, I don't think it's fixable in the Clippers right now. But I think Ty Lue will end up getting fired because of it, but it's not necessarily his fault that, Harden came in with the mentality of, I'm not a system player, I'm the system. And it's like, if you're the system and your team is 0-6 with you, it doesn't look good. But he has the reputation of being, selfish and things like that. So I think, unfortunately, Ty Lue will end up getting fired because of it, which it won't be his fault, but, the player, the coach is the one that ends up getting fired, so.
Yeah, okay, so let's say if they get rid of Ty Lue, who else is going to fit that role and deal with Harden? Because previous coaches had a hard time with Harden, so we'll see what the Clippers front office will figure out for the head coaching job.
Absolutely. Let's go to the baseball mound with Shohei Ohtani. He's still going to be the most sought after free agent. Who do you guys think are the Dodgers still the favorite to landing Ohtani, or do you see him going somewhere else?
I think, first of all, Shohei Ohtani, they announced yesterday, won his second MVP award in the last 3 years, and he's the first player to win 2 MVP awards unanimously, which is crazy. As a Yankees fan myself, I'm optimistic, but I've been hearing, it was probably going to be more West Coast, whether that be Dodgers, Giants. Just living in the LA area, Orange County area, I think it would be exciting to see him on the Dodgers, just because the buzz that would come with that. Or also stay on the Angels. You can go watch the Angels game, still get to see him. But I think overall it's going to be a huge bidding war because this is the biggest free agent, possibly ever. So I'm excited to see the bidding war for him and excited to see where he lands.
Yeah, just like Justin said, he wants to have a West Coast presence. Jeff Passan of ESPN reported that he's interested in 3 teams, the Dodgers, Rangers, and another one. So we'll see how he plays a factor in his decision and what type of bidding war will it be. Will it be a less amount because of his injury or a higher amount? The teams won't mind the bidding war because it's Shohei Ohtani, once-in-a-lifetime player.
Yeah.
And we'll see if organizations will have the financial backing to provide Shohei Ohtani with millions and millions.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Francisco, I wanted to ask you, as a Dodgers fan, how optimistic are you that you guys can get Ohtani?
I'm very optimistic. I think that there's no better team for him to go to, right, in terms of trying to potentially win a World Series championship. However, I do think that there is some restraint, especially since the injury. I think he's still going to get a massive contract, but we'll see how much of that consumes the Dodgers' payroll, right? And we have to figure that out as well. So, but I do think the Dodgers are the front runners, and I'd be excited. I'll be there with Noah. We'll be right there, ready to go watch them play, and hopefully they can make some noise with him. Well, it'll be a fun offseason for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that is all the time we have for you guys today, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Francisco Molina.
Thank you for watching. I'm Noah Segovia.
And I'm Justin Rosette. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter if you haven't already at CSUF Titan Sports to keep you updated on all things sports.